Hi lock lovers, let's talk about frequently asked questions about starting locks. Let me look at my list. How long does your hair have to be to start? Well, about 8 centimeters long, or about maybe this much, or enough to coil the hair around a comb like this, about this much, or even a little less to start with. And once you coil it and it starts to lock, expect the lock to be about 20% longer when it's dreaded, okay? How long will dreads take to dread all the way? Well, that varies from hair type to hair type and how you maintain your locks, but I would say anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. Yeah, give or take, yeah. Can you wash your dreads once you have started dreads? Yes, you can. A lot of people I've seen on boards and on online communities that they do not wash their hair for a while. If that works for some, but it's not necessary not to wash your hair, you can use a stocking, such as a lace stocking, women's lace stockings that are lace all the way up. You cut the legs off and the cap part, the part that goes up to the waist, you put that on. A stocking, like a stocking cap, except that it's going to be in lace. And you wash your hair. The water goes through the lace. You put the shampoo mixed with water in through the lace cap, and you wash it, and you wash the hair with the lace cap on from start to finish. Yes, you can do that, and the coils or twists will stay intact. You may have little flyaways, but it will stay intact. You can keep your hair washed, healthy, and moisturized with starter locks. Yes, you can. And can you dye your dreads? Yes, you can dye them, but I would recommend waiting until they're more mature, as in at least 6 to 7 months, because if you dye it before that time, it's still in the baby, really baby locking stage, and the hair texture, dyeing changes the hair texture, and you're going to have a variety of hairs as it is, but you're going to have that dye texture mixed in, and it's going to mess up that process just a little bit. So I would wait until that 6-month mark before dyeing. And when you do dye, expect for the locks to become drier. They will. It's even though your hair is nice and dense, it's hair, and to combat that, I would use a moisture and protein, half moisture, half protein conditioner, and leave it in. And once you apply that leave-in moisture plus protein conditioner, you seal the moisture of the water in with some oils, and that should combat the dryness from the hair coloring. Can I dread or lock my hair by myself? Of course you can, but it depends on how picky you are. If you know you want your hair with those straight parts or diamond parts, whatever, you may need a friend to help you, or you can go to a loctician, but you can do it yourself. You know, part it again with one of these rat tail combs, and it should be fine. Just research first what type of parts you want, how big or small you want your locks, so that you don't have a big surprise after they have swollen in that budding stage. Can I swim with dreads? Again, yes, you can. I would recommend, if you're super picky, to use a swim cap. There are special caps online for locks. And before you go into the salt water or even chlorinated pools, the night before or a little before you go in, maybe at least 2 hours, saturate the hair with water then apply the moisturizing conditioner to it, leave the conditioner in, and then put the swim cap on. If you don't want to use a swim cap on, if you don't want to wear a swim cap, that's fine. But make sure you put that conditioner in and leave it in. Once you come out of the pool or come out of the sea, wash the locks out immediately with water as soon as possible, and then moisturize and seal the hair again, and it should be fine. Will sports or sweating affect my locks? I would say generally it will, because the sweat produces the oils and liquid, moisture in your hair, in your locks, and whatever twists you have will tend to unravel a bit. But you can combat that with a little bit of interlocking. I know there's a big hoorah about not interlocking, but if it's done the right way. You generally, if you want to be safe, don't interlock all the way to the scalp. You can interlock until you're almost to the scalp, enough where you can palm roll, and make sure that when you interlock, you don't leave it at the Y position. You want to go east, either east or west, to lock the interlock in. Never leave it at a north or south position. But I think interlocking, you can look that up on YouTube to see how people have done it for themselves. But I think I'll do a later video about interlocking. But there are 2 or 3 ways of interlocking and making it safe for your locks where they don't break or thin. Okay, lock lovers, this is part 1. I don't want the video to be too long, but stay tuned for part 2. Okay, bye.